Hey people, welcome to the channel, and in this case talking about EDC bags. This is, as of right now, my EDC bag. This is basically what I've been carrying whenever I have a bag with me. This is usually what I have. Now, as you probably know if you've been following the channel for any period of time now, I emphasize a lot on your pocket EDC. Those are the things you will have with you when you have pants on, right? And that makes it crucial because if there's an emergency, that's most likely what at the very least you will have. For me, that's usually going to be a knife, multi-tool, flashlight of some kind. I will also have my watch. In this case, it's my Casio Pro Trek, titanium, solar, and sunglasses, maybe a hat. Usually that's going to be kind of it. I will have maybe my keys, as everyone else, cell phone, wallet with a good bit of cash in there for emergencies. Yeah, cash, coins, the cards you need, your cell phone with a case. Really not much more than that, but the pocket EDC for me is very important. Now, when you go beyond that, that's when you start looking at your EDC bags. EDC bag, your everyday carry bag, in theory is what you carry with you every day. Now, to be completely honest, my reality today is not the same that it was a few years ago. Probably it's going to be different a few years from now, and I don't go around all day with a bag. I don't have any need for that. So usually, pocket EDC for anything close to home that covers anything that I need. I'm going out for a little bit more of a walk, doing a little bit more exercise with my wife or whatnot. I'll probably have something like this, which I've shown in other videos. A fanny pack, and something that no one carries in their fanny pack, but I do, is water. Water is crucial, especially if I'm working out, walking a lot of certain distance. I want to have water. So for me, the idea of having this is mostly for carrying this, my phone, my wallet, and little else. Some of the little else we will see here. But as you see, it's about understanding how to find a way to work with what you need, depending on the situation, right? And before we go on with more of this stuff, I want to emphasize the importance of not the stuff, but the knowledge, the skills you've acquired over the years, the knowledge you've acquired over the years. This is not my first video. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for many years now. And this is not something I just give a shot every once in a while. This is my profession for many years. This is what I do. I write about these things too. As you know, I have my books over there, and these I strongly recommend as well. Street survival skills, surviving the economic collapse, as well as bugging out and relocating, which is not here, but you probably should check it out as well. The knowledge is always going to be a lot more important than any of the tools, guys. And yeah, again, this is what I do, so that's why I recommend it. I know what I share with you folks, and I understand that that's going to be a lot more valuable than wasting time trying to figure out things on your own, because you will not be able to figure out things on your own to the same extent that someone that does that from 9 to 5 as their day job. And not only their day job, it's my obsession. I do this all day. I don't stop. Weekends, Saturday, Sunday, it's the same for me. This is what I love doing. And that's not the life of most other people, right? So all of that experience, knowledge, having lived in different places, having taken a number of classes, and this never stops. This is more of a philosophy of life, right? So in this journey, I will give you that little bit of a huge head start by sharing that with you folks. Having said all of that, there's also something else that you don't see here that is more important than all of these things, which is you, your body, your physical condition. How fit are you? How much are you taking care of yourself? A lot, very little, nothing at all? I don't know. I have no clue. Now, I will tell you this. It's been now something that I've been noticing quite a bit. Whenever we have friends or people show up and we go to places, we end up having this conversation of how far is it? Where are we going? How many blocks? How many miles? How long are we going to walk? Where is it? And this just blows my mind. I'm talking about people that are not capable of walking a certain amount of distance. I'm no athlete. You see me on all of my videos. I'm a middle-aged dude that kind of tries to take care of himself but I could eat a lot less. I could work out a lot more. I could lose some weight, all of those things. But damn, I'm still surprised by people that, even people that look fit, that start like, dude, we've been walking for half an hour. We're not running. We're just walking. Can't you put one foot in front of the other for more than an hour? Well, you have to work on that. Oh, but we're going uphill. Yes, sometimes the land does that. Oh, but it's super hot. Well, yeah, drink water. Don't you have a bottle with you? But I cannot emphasize this enough. People of all ages, people that you would assume look a lot more fit than you thought they were, and it just blows my mind. Go outside and damn walk. This is something you should be able of doing. I do it myself. My wife does it. She is very fit and so on. My kids do it, but I'm talking about I do it, and I'm not exactly an athlete. My wife does it. Yeah, she's very fit. My kids do it, but also my 6-year-old does it. I just cannot wrap my head around how it is possible that a grown man and a grown woman cannot walk the same distance that a 6-year-old can. That is just and if that's you, well, that's something you need to really focus on. That's the kind of thing that I will really drill into your brain in my books. And that is, again, far more important than all of this stuff, okay? So 6 minutes in, let's get into this thing. What is it that I carry? Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't carry ballistic plates. I don't carry an AR with me all day long. I'm not in damn Ukraine fighting the freaking Russians. It is not my daily routines. And it's probably not yours either, right? But yeah, a hat, yes. Sunglasses, absolutely. This is the little EDC bag that I've been using lately, and it works for most of my needs. I actually have a little bit of empty space. About a third of the bag is left empty for other needs. If I need to bring along a sandwich because we're going to be out all day long, if I need to maybe put the hat in there or something else, or my wife's jacket or something from the kids, I have a little bit of room in there. Or in fact, if I have to maybe pick up my 6-year-old and carry him for some distance because he's tired, which is reasonable, especially if you've been walking all day long. Yeah, you will probably have to do that. So not overdoing it is crucial. And again, given the amount of time I've been doing this in different climates, in different countries, in different stages of my life, with family and so on, this is what I've narrowed it down to, right? So I will have the pocket EDC stuff. If you have a carry license, then you will pack some kind of firearm. If not, you will have some kind of, some kind of spray, right? If you don't even think it's necessary. Or if you're traveling. Now, be careful, because I've been able to travel with that, even though it's not really something that I believe it's allowed. It's going to be depends on what you're traveling. If you're traveling by your own, if you're going in your car, carry whatever. If you're going on a plane, well, things may be different. If you're going on a train, there's a good chance there's really not, and that we do very often, there's a good chance that you won't be able to carry your Glock or a machete, but yeah, a small knife, I haven't had a problem with that. Pepper spray, haven't had a problem with that either. Keep in mind local laws. There's places in which having pepper spray, unfortunately, in this day and age, will land you in prison because you are just too self-sufficient. Yes, not even joking. So what is it that I have in there? Battery pack, keys will usually go in my pocket, but if I have that, I will probably throw it in there. Spare batteries, AAA, Varta, those are made in Germany, quality stuff. Spray, a little bit of paracord. I end up with two bunch of those, one on the outside and one on the inside. A little bit of paracord hurts no one, and it's actually saved me recently from a little accident with flip-flops. Yes, yeah. It comes in handy every once in a while. It does come in handy. Yeah, flip-flops. Why? Because you're in the beach, right? That's why you have them. Anyway. Going on, a first aid kit. Oh, you need a tourniquet and hemostatic gauze. Yes, absolutely. Do you have aspirin, sir? No, I don't. Well, you're a dumbass. You really should. Hey, watch your language there. No, seriously. I've lost count how many survival experts will have these ridiculously large EDC bags that they don't carry anywhere, but they will have a giant ass bag of medical stuff. And I think there's something there with the military where, stop the bleed. How about stop the heart attack? No, never heard of those? Well, let me tell you, that's the main cause of death. The main cause of premature death beyond the life expectancy age is cardiovascular diseases and some stroke or some heart attack, something that makes you stop. That actually, if you had a simple aspirin, an aspirin being as small as it is, as cheap as it is, improves your survival rate by 20 to 30% if you have a heart attack or a stroke. That is huge, and there's no excuse to have any kind of first aid and not have an aspirin. Oh, I have a tourniquet. Well, the tourniquet will not do a damn thing for you if you have a heart attack. And believe me, and if you don't believe me, look it up yourself. The chances of you or someone else having a heart attack or a stroke versus bleeding out, there's no comparison. I mean, have the freaking tourniquet. I have it myself. I have it in my range bag. I have it in my EDC bag. And if you think you're just going to be improvising it with 550 paracord, actually give it a shot. You don't have to wait until you lose an arm to try it out. You don't have to be fighting the damn Russians and seeing people blown to pieces to try a tourniquet. You can try it on right now. Grab your tourniquet, or if you don't have one, try improvising one with a backpack strap or a belt or whatever, and see for yourself. If you stop the pulse, that was successful. If you did not, then it's not working. Then that person would still bleed out. Try it, see how easy it is, and then try it with a proper tourniquet, and then you will appreciate how easy it is to use the bloody tourniquet, right? So all of these things are important, but again, have the aspirin, have some ibuprofen and paracetamol. Those are the chemicals. I don't know the commercial terms. What is it? Advil. And anyway, have a few of those in that little bag. That's in the little case, the little plastic thing. That's my mini first aid kit. A few strips, a few plasters, and a bit of little envelope for disinfecting a little wound. Not really much more than that. If there's anything bigger than that, you will need the freaking tourniquet. If there's something else, well, probably an aspirin is something that comes in handy a lot more often than even a tourniquet. Not even for heart attacks, but for just a headache. Ibuprofen for pain, sure, but that's kind of what I go in terms of the first aid that I have in the EDC bag. Kleenex and alcohol gel for keeping your hands clean. That is something I always try to have, even if I'm going with a tiny fanny pack option. I will have the disinfecting and Kleenex for obvious reasons. What else? So we talked about the 550, some saline solution in those plasticky little things. It's going to be 5, 6 of those things, and that's for cleaning any wounds or something that got into your eye. FFP3 respirators. Those, why? Because you need something to filter air if there's dust, if there's anything, if there's a fire, if there's ash, anything that you need. This is way beyond the COVID thing, and just makes sense to have something so as to be able to breathe. I actually have a couple of them, and I've had 3M respirators in my EDC bag way before. I'm talking about 10 years ago. You would still see the videos of what I had in my bag. As for the rest, water, crucial. That's maybe one of the main things. I kind of get by with that bottle of water. A little bit of a bigger one would not be a bad idea, especially when my youngest son needs a little bit of water. Younger kids will require water more often. I do keep on the outside a little book. This is the Marcus Aurelius Meditations, and a little notebook that I made myself. That's just some printer paper folded and some paper clips, and that's it. Just something super flat to write in, not even wanting to bring along a thicker notebook, a notepad, pen, and that's sort of all I have. I do have, as I said before, the pencil, just to have it immediately access on. So the pencil Flashlight uses 3A, AAA batteries, same as those, and same as that flashlight over there. So it's everything standardizing around the AAA. The pencil will go in that pocket so as to have it easily accessible during an emergency, and the first aid stuff and tourniquet will be in that other exterior patch below, so as to have it a quick access. I will also have a flashlight with a little bit of tape and the USB charger and the wall charger that's not there, but that's usually gonna be, well, not usually, it's always gonna be in that bag. And then I have a tablet. Why the tablet? Well, because over the years I realized that yes, your cell phone is nice, the tablet is even nicer. It's bigger, so you have more to look at. If you have to go online for whatever, it is a lot better to do that with a tablet than with a phone. Yes, my phone is big enough, I can do it with my phone too, but this is just better and more handy. And to be honest, at the end of the day, especially if we're traveling, going in hotels and so on, if I want to go online to check anything out, I can use it, and it's a lot better than going with your phone. And even when traveling, if I want to bring up a bigger map, you know, that's the size of your map. Your phone, that's the size of your map if that's all you have. And this, in many occasions, it has been more practical and more handy. And besides, I don't eat up that much of my battery. I mean, I will use both, right, for navigation, especially in urban settings and cities. But if I have to open up, I can do that a lot easier here. And if I want to access, I don't know, like the Wikipedia of a museum and check it out and see if it's worth going, well, that's more handy too. And then you have the radios. Why the hell are you carrying 3 radios? Well, because I have kids, I have a wife, I have a family. And over the years, it gives me a lot of peace of mind knowing that if we are out and about, especially if we are like a good distance away, if you are traveling further away, and we're further away from home, this is something that gives me peace of mind in case if there's something big. If something serious happens and cell phones are not working, something went down, and it's not just me. Maybe one of the kids, their cell phone died. Oh yeah, that sucks. Or someone got lost. Well, with this, you can turn it on and quickly learn where everyone is, especially when it's in close distance, which is all you have here. I mean, you have a couple miles, give or take, but it's not going to be a huge range. So you have the Baofeng. This is a little bit of a nicer Baofeng, GT3TP, a little bit more power, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like the same thing, and you can talk with these 3. And the idea here is you just turn it on and you talk. If something goes wrong, this is not for fooling around. Just use your cell phone for WhatsApp and that, but use your cell phone. If there's something going on beyond that and you cannot communicate with your cell phone, you got lost in the woods or in the trail or in the mountain, wherever we are, you're probably closer than you think. You turn it on, you talk, you find one another, especially if the phones aren't working, right? That's sort of it. I don't bring along any kind of food. I mean, yes, I could throw in a sandwich if I need it, or a power bar, one of those bars of something. But if not, I will just have Fisherman Friends, some basic candy, some dextrose tablets, those used by athletes in case you need it, or again, in case someone else needs it, someone that has low blood pressure and needs it. Well, yeah, you have some of that to give away. Guys, that's all, really. I don't carry much more than this. If I do, it's going to be maybe more of a specific need that I have, but for EDC bag, this covers it for me. And this could be a good foundation for your own EDC bag build. Folks, see you in our next video. Take care.